Hello and welcome to the channel. My name's Abberjam, and for this video we're going to be looking at the most recent, or one of the most recent PS Plus games, The Surge. So this game is free with your PS Plus subscription, so it's going to cost you nothing to download it and give it a try. It's a little bit of a Souls-like, although it's nowhere near as punishing as Dark Souls. It does still have some sort of strategic fighting elements to it, but it's not as punishing as Dark Souls. I've actually found it very enjoyable so far. I don't like Dark Souls that much. It's too punishing for my taste. But The Surge I'm quite enjoying. But it does kind of drop you in and give you minimal guidance. There is some guidance, but it's kind of minimal. So hopefully this guide will help you with some of the basics that I spent a lot of time trying to figure out, and just in gameplay and watching other videos and stuff. So without further ado, we'll start the game. I've started a fresh game, or I haven't started a fresh. Okay, so I guess we're gonna have to start a fresh game because slot 2 disappeared, so we'll start from the beginning. I guess I hadn't reached an actual save point. I'm going to skip through the beginning intro and whatnot, and we'll start off in the train.
I am, and I'm glad.
So this is your like movement tutorial.
Rio,
It's a little slow and boring.
Or at least you think you do. Everywhere you turn, we're there.
So we'll skip through that and get straight to the moving. You'll have to excuse me slurping from time to time. It's getting late in the UK. It's about 10:30, I think, in the evening. So I'm just settling down with my evening cocoa. Alright, so here's the usual stuff. Looking around, moving. So to begin with, you're just going to exit the train and head straight down the platform. There's no sprint or anything at the moment.
We're happy to welcome you.
You're just
as part
some
of our
poor dude with
family.
out the use of his legs,
Please proceed
sitting in his
directly to
wheelchair,
registration.
and he's going to go register to become a cybernetic, well, not cybernetically enhanced, but like an exo-suited worker. It doesn't give you that much story. I mean, all the story that there is in this game is really told through audio logs that you pick up. But barring that, it's mostly just about playing the game rather than you know, building the story. There is some story to it, and it sort of unfolds as you play, but it's pretty, like I say, it's pretty minimal.
Two currently available positions and form an orderly queue.
Okay, so we've got two choices here. We can choose the Rhino outfit, which is a heavy-duty outfit, slow but tanky, or there is the Lynx outfit, which is your more nimble outfit, but I think it has a higher stamina level on it and stuff like that. You can actually unlock these suits as you play the game, so this is just sort of like your starting suit. Whichever one you choose, you'll still be able to switch it out further on in the game by collecting parts. I did the Lynx in my first game, so we'll go with the Rhino.
If you believe you can move mountains, Creo has the job for you.
So let's go get the Rhino suit. So yeah, if you want to be a bit quicker and more nimble as you start the game, go for the Lynx. If you want to slow the
program running.
Choose the Rhino. I'm actually quite happy with having chosen the Lynx as my first outfit.
Program complete. Patient sedated.
But we'll give the Rhino a go. So this poor bugger is going to have a bit of an issue by the look of things. They didn't actually take him. A lot of stuff going in.
Implanting neural link.
Ooh, that's gonna hurt. It's gonna take more than a couple aspirin to cure that headache, I tell you. You hear any strange noises coming through my mic, like weird scratching or anything? That's just my cat sitting next to me having a good old scratch. She likes to watch me play video games. She's a bit of a game buff, I guess. A little bit of a nerd cat. Alright, so here we are, a bit of a mysterious situation. We were in a lab getting fitted with implants, albeit rather poorly, and now we're just sort of out in the desert somewhere, looking a bit dishevelled and sorry for ourselves. Alrighty, so it's going to start us off with basic combat.
You have been designated for disassembly.
So you can block with your L1 button, and then you've got 2 strikes. You've got your R1 button and your R2 button, your trigger. R1 is your normal strikes and R2 is your heavier strikes. So we're going to press circle just to get our vial injections. You can see in the top left corner you've got like 2 little downy arrows and the number 2 next to them. That's how many injections we've got. And it says press circle to use them, so I've just used one, and it takes about, it puts up about half of your health. It gives you about 2 bars of health on there. Those will refresh when you go back to your exosuit garage, which you'll see shortly. Alright, so let's look up the target with clicking R3. And as you see, R1 to perform horizontal and R2 to perform vertical attacks. So we'll sort him. Get a lock on this guy, block him, and then do a little parry attack. And you can see these sort of, it's kind of cool, but you'd miss it if you weren't careful. They have all the little hint prompts sort of up against containers and walls and things. So you can press X to dodge, you just pick a direction, then tap X, and you'll kind of like do a little dodgy leap. Works better when you're locked on. So the best way to take on these droids is just wait to block them first, and once they're stuck, you just hit them back. So when you kill an enemy, you're gonna get scrap, which is kind of your base currency for upgrades. Which we'll get to shortly. See if there's anything stuck up here at the back. No. It's worth going up little dead ends and side alleys and things just to see if there's any pickups. You'll see in a minute. There's down here. There's one. These little triangles. These are pickups. These can be scrap or parts or. So you've got force regulators and pneumatic helix. I'll explain what those are in a little bit. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Here we are in the rocket yard. Now you can go up this way, but this is just a backtrack to the beginning opening area. There's a couple more biddies down here that you can kill, but there's nothing really great interest down there, to be honest. Seems kind of a bit of a pointless doodad. I got 2 more guys to defeat here. Everyone followed me from the other tunnel. And you'll see in the top left I've got my red bar and my green bar. My red bar is my health, my green bar is my stamina. When you block an attack, it drains quite a lot of your stamina. It'll drain about half of your stamina, so you have to be careful with that. And of course, every move you make, whether it's sprinting or swinging for a hit, it's going to take up some of your stamina. Alright, so we've just got ourselves an implant. click on there, we can see we've got 2 implants we can use. The darkened ones are the ones that you currently have equipped, and then the lighter ones are the ones that you have to still equip. You can't equip these from your menu, you have to go to your upgrade station to do that, which we're going to do in just 1 second. So yeah, your backpack is just clicking on your touchpad and then R1 through your different sections, and you'll see on your inventory it's sectioned off into 4 different things. Broken parts, I don't have any broken parts at the moment. Consumables, these are little bits of scrap metal that you'll pick up. All you need, all they're useful for is turning into normal tech scrap, your normal currency. So if you hold X on that, we get a little bit more tech scrap. And then schematics, these are blueprints for different items that you can pick up along the way. And then components, these are what you use for your upgrades, which again you'll see shortly. So as you walk in here, we'll take a step to the right. This is our upgrade station. I'll take another sip of hot chocolate. Power core is defective. A working power core is needed to use all your ExoRig's features. We're sorry for the inconvenience. Please contact your ExoRig supply officer to acquire a new power core. So what we have to do right now is go find a power core to get our exosuit running properly.
Are you receiving? Hello?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you.
Are you still there?
Yep.
Your
So
rig
interact
has
with
been
her.
damaged. Its distress beacon has been triggered. You need to get back into the factory.
Well, okay. I'll just stroll right on over to the factory then.
I certainly don't recommend walking, but there should be a maglev station nearby. They're never far from ops.
The rig seems to work for me. Honestly, it's the least of my problems. I mean, I can walk. Huh. Never thought I'd be able to say that again.
Well, that's good to hear, but the power core is damaged. You'll have to find a new one to make your rig fully functional.
I don't know you. I'm surrounded by dead people here. Maybe someone would like to explain what's going on.
I'm sorry, I don't know. You need to get inside. Maybe you can make something to protect yourself. Operations always has a gear assembly.
Okay, our gear assembly is back here. It's
Can you
this
hear
little dot here. But again, we can't access that until we've got our power core. So let's go get our power core. If you want to sprint, you click your left button, and then you can do a little jump while you're sprinting by clicking your sprint button again. So it's L3, click L3 to sprint, and then click L3 to jump while you're sprinting. Oh, we can't do that. There we go. Alright, so we lock onto these guys. Now there is a targeting system. You can target various body parts. So if you push, I've got my stick inverted, so it may be slightly different if you don't have your Y-axis inverted. But once I've got him locked on, if I push my stick up, it's going to lock onto his body, and then it's sort of it's like a radial menu system. I thought it was sort of a select system, like you would just tap right and keep cycling through the different body parts, but you don't. They work in conjunction with different parts of the circle. So if you push forward and target the body, again, if you're not inverted Y, it'll probably target the head, I would guess. And then once you've pushing your stick forward, just make a circular motion slowly around like you would on a radial menu, and it'll select the different body parts like that. So I've got left arm, got a head, got left arm, left leg, body, right leg, right arm. So you just select the body part that you want. The ones that come up blue, like head, those have no armor on them, or they have weak armor on them, so you probably kill them a little bit quicker if you aim for that. So let's go ahead and get on with this guy. So he's down, and we picked up 840 tech scrap from killing him. Oh no, that's how many tech scrap we have altogether now. So I picked up some tech scrap from him. It'll say like plus however many tech scrap, and then it'll tell you your total so far. So let's have a go at this guy, see if we can find... There we go, his left arm is unprotected. As you can see, I've run out of stamina there, so just back up. Your stamina refills pretty quick, but you have to keep an eye on it while you're fighting. Make sure you don't run out, otherwise you're gonna spend a lot of time between swings. So now we've got 975 tech scrap. So we're building up our tech scrap inventory. Alright, this guy, I want his I want his weapon. So if I cut off his right arm, I might end up with his weapon. No. Okay, I'm guessing that's something that comes with upgrading the power core. Alright, so let's get this guy ahead. Let's back up, get my stamina up. Keep pounding on his head. So that's him dead. Okay, so there's the power core. So now we need to get back to the med bay and get the power core fitted. Oh, there's another thing we missed. Pick that up. And that was another implant, that was a vital boost. So you will find that some of the implants are duplicated.
This is not a scheduled break time.
Particularly the consumable ones, like the health boosts, the vitality boosts. So you can carry two or three modules of vitality boost. Each one has 3 vials of health restore. So if you carried 2 modules, that would give you 6 vials. If you carried 3 modules, that would give you 9 vials. So you pick and choose what modules you want to carry depending on your playstyle and whatnot. So if you go to the med bay now, okay, so this is where we come to improve our core level. That costs us a tech scrap. Use the med bay to bank your... You can also bank your tech scrap. This is being a Souls game. It's kind of designed around going out, harvesting, and then coming back and banking your stuff, and then going out and harvesting again, rather than just playing right through like a linear game. So you can come back here as often as you want. You could go out, kill one enemy, get about 180 scrap for it, come back and then bank it. So if you wanted to, you could just keep going back and harvesting that same enemy right outside the front door of where we are, and do it that way. But that would be a slow and boring and tedious way to do it. But you could if you wanted to. So if the total amount of tech scrap you own is high enough, you can level up your total core power of your exo rig. All equipped gear and implants consume a portion of your total core power. So the higher your core power is, the better your consumption is going to be. So right now we have, excuse me, we have a total of 10 power consumption, and we used 3% of it. And the core has a maximum of 100 health, 85 stamina, and 48 energy capacity. Alright, so let's upgrade. So now we've gone from 10 to 11 maximum power consumption, and we have 850 scrap left. So let's upgrade again. Now we have maximum of 12 power consumption. So your power consumption, your maximum power consumption level is going up. That's good. That means you get more moves, more power moves, which again we'll explain in a little bit. later. So let's have a look at the implants. So we already have the vital injection implant. Let's click on an empty slot. Let's see what else we've got. We've got Vital Boost version 1. This increases your maximum health. So if you look right now, on the lower part of the screen in the middle, we've got health 100 of 100. Click on that, we've increased our maximum health now to 110, which is nice. And then if we click on this empty slot, we're going to equip our medical audit. This basically puts a health bar above your enemies. It's just a nice little guide. I don't use it so much now, but early on in the game it's nice to see how much health your enemy has, so you can learn your strategies, when to back off and stuff. So we've got that equipped now, and we're all locked, stocked, and ready to rock.
Connection to database restored. Checking database. Gear voucher detected.
Okay, so let's redeem our gear voucher.
Gear voucher redeemed.
And that's going to give us parts for our exosuit. So we've got Rhino leg schematic unlocked, Rhino arm schematic unlocked, Cobalt control rod schematic. So if we look here now in gear assembly, so these are the blueprints for what we want to build. Okay, so what we need to do in order to build these, we need to collect our tech scrap and the appropriate main part for it. Now if we look here on the if you look on the right side of the screen, you'll see it says constructor cost, and then it's got like a hammer and screwdriver. Underneath that it costs 788 tech scrap and 9 force regulators. Now you might be wondering, well, what's a force regulator and how do I get it? So for each exosuit part, there's a different type of main element. Like on your legs it's pneumatic helix, on your arms it's a force regulator. Now the way we collect those is we aim for that particular body part on any enemy in order to cut it off, and when we cut it off we pick up the appropriate core part. So again, for the arm it would be a force regulator. So if we cut off a guy's arm, when we pick up that part it'll give us a force regulator, so we need another 3 to make that arm. What I didn't realise when I was playing this is it's not a pair. Like when you make that arm, it's not a pair of arms, it's one arm, so you're going to have to make 2 arm parts and 2 leg parts to equip both arms and both legs, which you'll see as we go on. Okay, so let's go and get some tech scrap, and let's get some force regulators and pneumatic helix. So let's go chop off some arms and legs. Alright, let's go.
Take care.
Arms and legs we're looking for. Now if they're armoured, that means they've got, you know, the leg part or the arm part on, but if it's a blue one it means they're not armoured. So there's like, if his left arm was blue, there'd be no point trying to chop that off because we wouldn't get a part, you know, the correct pieces for an arm part. So let's work on the arms to begin with. Right, when we get that square prompt, we hold that, and that's what's going to cut the body part off. Okay, if you don't hold that square part, you won't cut the body part off. You'll just kill him straight up. So if we pick that up now, we also now have the schematic for the Lynx armor. You'll remember at the beginning we were choosing between Lynx or Rhino armor, and I said to you, you can unlock the other armor on the way through the game. Well, we've just unlocked the arm for the other part of the arm part for the other type of armor. So once we've got all the body parts for the Lynx, we can then make those, and then we can choose between either having Rhino or Lynx armor. So let's go for another arm. Get his arm off. Yep. Oh, we didn't get the arm part that time. it is dependent on how well you fight them and how much damage you do to the individual body part as to whether it will drop one. So you won't get one every single time, but a lot of the time you will.
Proper power capacity, security is going to end up all over your ass. We've come too far to get
Okay, he's got no arm.
Those implants are worth
So let's go for his legs. We're working at arms and legs at the moment, so
don't screw it up.
let's have your leg. There we go, we've got a leg part. And that's unlocked the Link's leg schematic. So now we can also build legs and arm parts for a Link's exosuit. There we arm off. There we go. So we've salvaged some arm stuff. Let's get this door opened over here. And then before we go through and take those guys on, what we can do is go back to the med bay and we can bank all the tech gear and parts that we've collected, or if we've got enough we can make our first exosuit part. So let's have a look what we've got going on. So you can see we've got the new blueprints for the Link's armor, and then there's the blueprints for our Rhino armor. And we've got enough parts for one. So let's go with the arm. And then we come out of there, we go into our main inventory, and then here is where we equip the different exosuit parts. And it looks like we've picked up some parts as well, so let's have a look at our right arm gear. So let's put an arm on there, left arm gear, put that part on there, left leg gear, put okay, so the issue we're having now is we can't equip more stuff because our power consumption is nearly at max. So we need to work now on upgrading our core so we can fit more armor parts. So now we're just going to be collecting tech scrap. Let's see. We can bank out what tech scrap we've got either in the med bay or in the upgrades machine. So we just press triangle and that will bank the little bit of scrap that we still have left over, though we won't lose that. Then we're back
Come
off.
back
And as you
anytime.
can see, because this is a, like I said, because it's a kind of a Souls light and it's about harvesting, every time you come back here, you'll find when you exit the med bay, all the enemies, all the same enemies have respawned again in the same place. Now, because we're only harvesting tech credits, we only want to aim for the easiest part, which is the anything that's blue. And we'll kill them more quickly. Just chop his head off just for the fun of it. Oh, such fun. Now I'm aiming for his body here, and hopefully we'll get a body engram, a body blueprint. Oh. Crap. There we go. What did we get? Rex Link's body gear. So we should get the blueprint for the Link's body armor. There we go. So that's good. Let's do a little health injection. Let's get this guy right in the head. Take his head off. Boom! Very nice. Okay, so as we use a particular weapon, The more we use it, the more efficient we get with it. I'm not entirely sure exactly what that means, but I'm guessing it means you get a little bit faster with it, and maybe it does a little bit more damage. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure it does make you swing the weapon a little bit faster. So we're down to one vial of health now. Left leg. Now you can see up here there's some pickups. So let's just jump up there. We got some tungsten alloy Mark 1, which is again used for making upgrade parts, and this is a little hand lift that you can go up different levels with. So we're going to overcharge this core. I'm not quite sure what that did, but I'm sure it did a good thing. Alright, let's keep going. So there we go, we've got our little tip here. Remember to cut enemy body parts to get new equipment and crafting material. So we've acquired a new weapon. We picked up a cobalt control rod earlier, which I didn't even notice. So that does 19 damage. This one does 31 damage. This is the Austere Spectre Bite. So we'll give that one a... Oh, that looks nice, doesn't it? We'll give that one a bash and see how we get on with damage and whatnot. This guy's all armor. So we'll go for the head, I guess. Oh, blimey. Right, you'll see here there's a door, a side door. This is all about getting back to the med lab, so as you go further through the level you'll find these little doors that you can unlock, and these new little side alleys and stuff that you'll find. They might be behind crates or whatever. And then they create a shortcut back to the med lab, so we can go back to the med lab now.
I can't believe they just fired Dr. Chavez. After the years of hard work and dedication
nice,
she's put
easy,
into this company.
enemy-free
I
path.
suppose that's what you get when you stand up for your
Get back,
convictions. The worrying
and
thing
then
is,
we can go and
she's
bank our
right.
stuff or
I've
make
seen the
more
data.
stuff.
We've
Oh
gotta
no,
keep
that's right,
working.
we're
Now more
upgrading our core, so we've got more power available. So we now
than
have
ever.
four
Lesser people would give up, but she's on
energy bars available to us.
one of them.
Let's see. So we should be able to put on a leg, maybe, hopefully. That uses 3 points of power consumption, so if we put that on, that takes up to 14 and 15. So we want to upgrade at least 2 more times to get the other leg, and then we can look at maybe getting body and headgear. Body gear you will get just by aiming for the body and cutting them in half, and hopefully you'll get a body part pick up. And then same with the headgear, you just aim for someone that's got an armoured head, cut their head off, and hopefully you'll get a pickup for the armoured head. But right now, we got none. We got nada.
And if she won't, I won't.
And, oops. We don't have blueprints for head or body gear yet, so we still gotta go pick those up.
Please remember, safety at work is our highest priority and should be yours.
And as before, all the enemies have respawned, so you can just go and farm them and get all your shiny tech scrap credits. Those finishing moves, by the way, you may or may not have noticed, they actually drain your power. That's your blue bar. On the bottom of your red, green and blue, your blue is your energy. You build your energy up by getting successful strikes on an enemy. And then once it gets past that red line in the middle, you'll be able to perform a finishing move, which is what you use to cut off body parts and pick them up and make more armor and stuff. It also acts as a kind of well, I don't want to say it's a score multiplier because you don't get increased hit points, but it drains. If you don't keep killing stuff, eventually your energy bar will just drain down to 0 again. So you have to maintain it by getting hits. Head off. Oh, there we go. We've got Link's headgear now. Got a schematic for that. That's awesome. There we go, now we've got the schematic for Link's body gear, so all is going well. Let's take a little health injection, a little health boost. Take this guy's head off. So none of these guys are wearing Rhino gear, so we may not find Rhino helmets on them or Rhino armor on them, or no body parts on them. That's okay. So again, just keep an eye on your health and on your stamina when you're fighting. When your stamina's nearly drained, you want to just do a little dash away from combat just to let your stamina rebuild again. There we go, so we've increased our weapon efficiency again. That's good, but that's for this new weapon now. So if we keep using this, that efficiency level will keep going up and up. Okay, so he's armoured all over. Oh. And there you go, you see we got killed. But that's fine. All the stuff that we had will drop there and we just have to go pick it back up. The good thing about this game is, if you don't want to harvest the enemies, a lot of the time you can just run by them and outrun them, and as long as you get a certain distance away from them, most of them will just get bored and not come after you. I'll put his there. our way back to the med bay. And see if we can upgrade some more on the power core.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too. Alright, so we've got 1609. So that gives us 3 more, so now we can fit our other leg. We should be able to. Oh, we don't have 2 legs, we only have 1 leg. Okay, so we've got to make another leg yet. So we need to just get a bit more tech scrap.
Have a nice day, Warren.
I think it was about 900 and some, wasn't it? So once we've got 1,000 we'll be fine. We're halfway there. You can see it's, with the extra gear on, it's starting to get a little bit easier now to kill the bad guys. We are slowly getting more and more efficient at killing them. Okay, so we've got 1100. And we've leveled up our weapon efficiency again, so we should be able to go back now, make the other leg, and all we're missing is a chest piece and a headpiece.
Good to see you.
Alright, so let's get our other leg on. There we go, now we've got a full set of legs. Leggy legs. Oh, one thing I forgot to look at in our inventory, if we go down to consumables, we see these scrap parts. All we have to do is hold X on them, scrap them, and they make more tech scrap credits for more purchases. Also in the gear assembly, there is an upgrade section where if you have the correct parts and the right amount of tech scrap, you can actually upgrade weapons and exosuit parts. If you look here, we can upgrade our weapon with another 3 tungsten alloy Mark 1 pieces. We've got enough tech scrap for that. We just need the alloy stuff. Oh, excuse me. We can also upgrade the exosuit parts. We're going to need force regulator Mark 2 for those, and then for the legs we're going to need pneumatic helix Mark 2. Now you won't find those, I don't think, on this level. You have to get to the next level before you start picking up Mark 2 stuff. So everything on this level, everything in this stage is going to be Mark 1
Have a
stuff.
nice day, Warren.
And it sort of keeps you locked down to not being, you know, it stops you from being too overpowered for the level. I think that's what it's designed as. Now we're getting quicker and more efficient with that weapon, definitely. Right, so since we can't find any rhino head or chest gear, what we'll do is we can make do with making some link stuff, and we can just mix and match a little bit until we find some rhino gear. That's a good thing about this game, is you don't have to have all one kind of suit. You can mix and match your parts a little bit. I found a soft spot. You will also, on occasion, when you kill your enemies, you'll find they drop modules, implants I should say. That's how you get the implants, just either from hidden pickups, like the ones in here, or sometimes you get them off enemies, usually slightly more difficult enemies, like mini bosses that are in there. They're not even big enough, not even tough enough really to be called mini bosses, but you know, they're slightly better than normal ones. So we've got a sustaining array implant there. If we look at our implants, that one slows the energy decay, so we don't have to fret quite as much going from one enemy to the next to maintain our energy level. I'm not going to bother picking up the audio log because they just keep talking over the top of me, which is not great. So, as you can see, we're now starting to slowly make our way through the rest of the factory. So this is where we've been up to before, and that was our little shortcut back. So now we're going to have a little look in here. Got a couple of pickups there, that's links, small rusty pile of crap. What's that one? Small rusty pile of crap. Anything up here? Any little pickups or? No, it's just a little vantage point, I guess. There we go, we got a plasmic regenerator implant. So if we look at that, what that's going to give us, and you'll see when you go to your inventory, anything with like a little band across the top right corner of it, a little yellow band top right corner, that is a new piece. So plasmic regenerator, injectable that regenerates health over 30 seconds. So that's not like an instant hit, that's like a slow burn health regen thing. And again, that's a consumable, it's not like a passive ability. It's a one-time use thing. But you can refill them every time you go back to the medbay. Scrap, and we leveled up our weapon again. Awesome. Now if we overload this big door here, big doggy door. If you see one with a red triangle, don't bother, it's just going to bust your nuts. You only have to bother with them if they're green. So this now gives us through to another section of the building. And then back this way, if we unlock this door, that's going to create another shortcut back to the med lab. So let's go back to the med lab. Let's just run past these guys, just ignore them.
This is not a scheduled
great.
break
They
time.
followed me up. Or did they? Okay, let's see if we can get in now. There we go.
This is
now we
not
can
a
get
scheduled break time.
So let's go see if we can make those other parts, the Lynx parts. Well, we got a Lynx helmet and a Lynx body gear. Let's do the body gear. The body gear is quite an important one because it has spotlights on it that you can use in dark areas. I mean, they're not fantastic, but they do help a little bit. And then we got some headgear. I'm gonna have to upgrade our core before we can fit them. Let's see. Yeah, we're at maximum power consumption at the moment. So we need another 3 upgrades to fit the body and another 1 upgrade to fit the head. So we need to upgrade our power core another 4 times before we can fit those 2. Oh, we're just a handful of change shy on the next one. Implants, no. Inventory, consumables. That should just give us enough to get another upgrade. Okay, that's that. And for the next one, we need, well, basically 1200, right? So, we've only got 2 points spare, so we might as well put the headgear on, because we can't do the body gear yet.
Take care.
So now we can just take a shortcut back. We can go this way, or we can go the other way. You will drop all tech scrap you are carrying when you die. Go to the location of your death to pick it up again. Okay. Thing is, there's no map on this game.
Good to see
It's all
you.
about using your memory and stuff. We go here. Wooden boxes, you can smash through these. Oh, you can actually just sprint through them and destroy them. Got more salvage here. What was that? Another implant? Aggression amplifier. Okay. Go back and get that fitted.
Hello.
Hello. Let's go to our implants. Aggression amplifier restores health when performing finishing moves. Oh, that's handy. So we'll stick that on, and we've still got another implant slot that we haven't used yet. So what have we got? Slow the energy decay or health injection. We'll go with slowing down the energy decay. Oh really? It consumes power. Okay, so we can't use that implant because it consumes power. So we can actually we could actually remove a couple of implants to vial injection uses 3, core power consumption uses 2. That doesn't use any, and that uses 1. So if we removed that, unequip, And then we'll get rid of that because I'm not too worried about seeing their health. Oh no, that one doesn't use power, does it? Dang it. Okay, so we'll unequip that for the time being. Now we've got enough space to equip our body gear. There we go. Now every time we upgrade our power core, we can use it to power the implants that we put in. Ow, cat, stop that. Okay, so hopefully all this hasn't been too confusing and has helped you out a little bit. Now we're gonna go somewhere a little bit. Oh, shite. These guys, we'll just run past these guys. Get this door open, and then we can go down the basement. Basement's always fun, right? Press down the D-pad, we get our lights turned on. Spooky. Alright, I'm gonna do a little leg it past all these guys. There's a particular spot I want to get to. Ow, ow, ow.
Let me out.
Let's get up here. I'm going to go and turn on the power. First, we've got a couple of doodads we need to attack. Well, that tungsten alloy from that guy. That could come in handy. Ah. Weak. Good. Got the scrap. And then the power switch will be down here. But we've got to get through past this dude. Now we want his arms off. I'm stuck. I got stuck. Couldn't move or nothing. Don't know what was going on there. Okay, we're going to charge down there one more time. And then I think we'll probably call it a night.
Take care.
I'll go a different route this time. Yeah, go this way. We're gonna go the up and over route. As I said, most enemies you can just go charging right past them and ignore them. Some of the more voracious ones might follow you, but most of them just kind of give up after a short period. And then flying turrets, they might chase you around a bit. Gonna leg it through here. And it's opened. The camera can be a little janky on this sometimes, getting up close to a wall or something. Some salvage there. Awesome sauce. Let's get the lights on. Oh look, there's a pickup round there. Picked up some rare materials. Alright, let's go down, deeper and down. And this will take us to where we died before. Yeah. Pile of material scrap. Lights already on, mate. Try and get this guy again without getting stuck this time. Man, he's got a mighty frickin' hit on him, that guy. So we might have to lead him for when we're a little beefier, a little more beefed up. So we'll call that a stream. Hopefully that's given you a few good hints and tips as to what you're doing, how to get the stuff you need, and generally upgrade and fight your way through the Surge. As I said, I've been enjoying it quite a lot myself, even though I'm not a big Souls fan. It's not entirely Souls-esque, but it's got a little bit of that kind of feel to it. Souls-light, I guess you might call it. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I hope you do too. It's a free game. It's definitely worth at least having a look at. So I hope this video has been informative. I've been Abberjam, and I'll catch you on the flip side.